and a bigger discussion around how do we measure the success. We certainly could have recorded certain public measures of engagement with each post. How many people left comments, how many likes, right? We thought this was a little laborious, and it doesn't really tell the full story. And so I would put back to you, think about all the different ways to measure the effectiveness of content, right? It could be referral traffic. So if you're posting blog posts, how many people are clicking back to your hospital's blog, and then maybe how many of those people, if you're measuring it with your analytics software, are filling out a referral or a request for information. I'd ask you, what's the impact on your reputation, right? If 36%, or you have this majority of people posting thank yous and positive comments about your hospital, right? A little tough to assign a number to that, but what is the impact on your reputation? If you're using Facebook page to raise money for, your children's hospital, a walk-on or raising money, right? How much money can you attribute back to these posts, to the custom applications you develop, right? How much attendance were you able to generate this year over last year now that you really use Facebook as a means for promoting it? And most of that wouldn't be visible to us as a research organization, but we absolutely recommend you generating your own list of metrics which you'll measure your success, if not the actual return you're getting on money and time invested. Someone just asked, I don't see the PowerPoint at the slide share. Oh, right, we just gave out the slide share address. It will be posted this afternoon, so my bad for not mentioning that, but we'll definitely get this out this afternoon, and we'll also have a follow-up email, so you'll be able to have this. So have I seen any specific pages that follow your best practices well that we can look at? You can certainly, when we post this to SlideShare, you'll be able to go through and see all the examples we get. Some that came to mind, have to give a shout out to a local hospital, Children's Hospital of Orange County. They're doing a great job. We work with Loma Linda University Medical Center. I would definitely say examining what they're doing. But check out the SlideShare after we've posted it. Here's a great question we get from all kinds of clients, not just hospitals. How often is posting Facebook/Twitter? How much is too much before it's obnoxious? And I would just really use your analytics to measure. One of the great, we can touch on this, but Facebook actually does provide some good analytics. One of those analytics in Facebook, and it's called, in Insights, is unsubscription. So, you've probably done this with your own personal Facebook, account, that you can hide feeds. And so you can actually measure over time, is that number increasing, decreasing, on what date did you see a spike? So, I would basically just, you got to feel it out. So maybe we're doing 1 post a week, and then we start doing, 10 posts a week, and we see a giant spike in how many people are unsubscribing. That's a way of kind of saying, oh, people are probably annoyed or, posting too much. But you really just have to feel it out. It's not quite answering that question, but create an editorial calendar. This kind of is an extension of the playbook, but have some type of structure in place, and so that you're really taking a measured approach to how often we're posting. Question, how long does it take for hospitals or doctors' practices to see, I see an uptake in social media. I don't know, uptake or uptick. I guess if the question's about impact, it comes down to, what are the measures you have in place? In terms of adoption, it takes a lot for an organization to adopt this. But certainly having evidence and examples and best practice in place will help an organization want to adopt it. These are great questions. Thank you very much. Have time for a couple more. Have you seen any negative feedback from organizations that use Twitter and Facebook together to post on both? I haven't personally. I mentioned I had a preference before. I can certainly see some times when it just doesn't make sense. I have seen organizations. Well, I'll give you a couple examples. So I've seen organizations that have connected Facebook to Twitter, or they've connected their YouTube account to Twitter. And you'll see this where it's like a post on Twitter will be, I just uploaded 5 photos to a Facebook album. It just kind of looks like spam to me a bit. It's kind of like a robotic post. should never have an automatic post generated, right? Any post, should have some thought into it. It should be, even though yes, it's easier and it's quick to kind of have this one post distribute to all. I think you're going to tend to have people ignore you if you do that. But do I have any evidence? No, I don't. This is just kind of my own, observation over the years of what I see organizations do. So that's a great question. So we have time for, I'm being told 2 more questions. So does your Facebook advice change for a company who's B2B instead of B2C? Yeah, that's an awesome question. And I'd be happy to have that conversation with you offline. And I would put it back to you this. A company's approach to Facebook changes only with its audience, right? So, Hospital A might have a very different, audience than Hospital B. A B2C company is going to have a very different audience than B2B. And so I just put it back to you. It's on you to understand what your audience is, right? Go through discovery, whatever it is you do to understand your audience, and adapt your Facebook strategy accordingly. But it's a great question. We get that a lot, and it really comes down to what does your audience want to hear and know. And Zach has just informed me he's going to take the last question off my hands. I just want to thank you again. My email's here. Feel free to reach out at your convenience, and I'll have the slide share up later today. Thank you so much.
So thanks everyone for listening. One other question that we got a couple times that people were interested in is that they're Facebook administrators, but every time they try to post on someone else's wall, it shows up as their personal profile. So the deal with that is on Facebook, as long as you're posting or commenting on your hospital's own page, it'll show up as that profile. But if you try to go outside and post on someone else's, it's going to show up as your own personal profile. The easiest way around that is just to post on your on the hospital's own page and use, like Elliot talked about, the @ feature to tag whoever you want to on Facebook to see that message. That way, it's still showing up as the administrator for your organization and not as your personal page. So that's the easy way around that.
But if you haven't checked out it yet, you can see Earthbound Media Group's Facebook page with Zach does an awesome job managing with the team here.
So just again, want to remind everyone that the slides are going to be available on SlideShare very soon. They'll also be on our EMG's website and our Knowledge Center. You can see a bunch of other webinars, presentations, case studies, everything else on the website, earthboundmediagroup.com. Thanks a lot for attending. We hope to have everyone back for our Google webinar series next year.
Thank you so much.